By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
13 yards on the game's opening play.
At the 28-yard line.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The tackle made by...
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and...
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Nice play on the ball by A.J. Brown, and he comes up with the reception. He had a terrific 2019 as a rookie. The first one since 1970 to go over 1,000 yards receiving and average over 20 yards per catch.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
34-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 40-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And he's into the clear. 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Anthony McFarland, 81 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 30. 54. No chance.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first look now for Darrington Evans. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
10. At their own 30.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
36-yard line.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Throwing on third and long. Dobbs. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, McFarland. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 26 yards on the play there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. These two teams all tied after one.
7-7.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Dobbs is throwing. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This is out quickly to the right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, first and goal. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal. And he'll be be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of the
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run with McFarland. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
That's out to the left and complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Pittsburgh.
From 3 yards out, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 14-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. McFarland. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Down back at the 45-yard line.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Dobbs. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And that's going to make it fourth down.
3 and out.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Adoree Jackson on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At their 48-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Goes underneath for Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. First down carry for Henry. And he's got room. Past the 20. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jonnu Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
The game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary. playing a lot deeper than normal. So maybe even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Dobbs. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Steeler first down.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Dobbs, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. You got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's McFarland. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They run it with Balaj. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
An inside handoff. This is McFarland. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On second down, Dobbs. Ebron caught left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42. 12 yards there and a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
It is good.
And it's up and good.
Makes the score Steelers 21. Titans.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
25-yard line.
Second 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Mike 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. All day. All day.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier.
2 yards.
Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll run. It's Henry. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
McFarland once more. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A 2-yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Evades the tackler and now some space. Derrick Henry all alone. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Tennessee Titan.
It's a big run that time by Henry. A massive pick up there. The Titans were number 1 in the NFL, and that'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are tied at 21. couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
To number 80.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, McFarland. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running with McFarland. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is McFarland. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run here with Ballage. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
And it's 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. The gun, Dobbs. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The tackle made at the 40.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To throw is Tannehill. Quickly completed to the right flat. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now it's Tannehill. Able to spin free, and he gets it down to the 32. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Now Balaj. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
And it brings up third down.
On 3rd and 2, Dobbs escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And here in overtime, if the team that receives...
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the plate until we all got them buckets. With big steps coming, get me coming for the drop.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll run here with McFarland. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Balaj. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Pittsburgh, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.